All right, guys, thanks for getting on tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about convention recap. We've had many opportunities in the last few days to do recaps with Jen's team. And then with Renee and Kara, we made the video last night or yesterday afternoon, just going over a little bit more in detail about what we learned at convention and what we're excited about. But tonight, I wanted to take it a little bit different or go a little bit different route with it. And one of the things that I loved last year about convention was our breakout sessions. Because those breakout sessions are based on your rank, and it really helps let you know what you need to get to that next rank. As far as just growing your business, doing income producing activities, to being a better leader, and then to empowering your team. So tonight we're going to get to hear from 6 beautiful ladies who I'm so glad decided to trust whoever they went with and join this journey. I know 3 of them trusted me, so I'm pretty excited about that. And they are all rock stars, and they did not hesitate at all to say yes to doing this call tonight and sharing some information with you guys to help hopefully see your business grow by leaps and bounds this year. But first, I want to start off by just asking them what they felt they learned the most from convention, or the funnest moment they had at convention, or why you should be at convention next year, or even try to get to Leaders Retreat this year. So I'm going to kind of go in the order that we'll talk throughout the call, and I'm going to put Christy Ritter on this spot.
Yay, I'll start first. Thanks, Jen, for asking me to do this. I'm excited. I guess going to Vegas was a huge opportunity. I've always wanted to go back there, and I never thought I would make it through something like this. So for me to have a reason to go back there for this was exciting and amazing opportunity. And the one thing that wowed me was to see all the people in that arena, and how many, almost 12,000 people in there that has the same passion for us. Like when the first day I was in there, I just about cried. Like I felt emotion, over it all. So I felt like going there, it lit a fire under my rear end to get going. And I have been messaging people nonstop all week long. So it really put a fire under my rear end.
That's awesome. Autumn, what about you?
I enjoyed the whole thing. I think Heather Head while we were there that I wasn't even sure what convention was when I signed up. I just knew it was something I couldn't miss. And I'm glad I didn't miss it. I'm glad I invested in my future with Plexus, as well as the future events coming up. It does. The 12,000 people in the room, even if you do have a fire for Plexus, it lights it 10,000 times and pushes you harder.
Hold on one second. I've got to mute everybody who's not muted. Hold on. How do I do this? Hold on. I keep hearing background noise. All right. Okay, we'll see if that works. I muted a few people. All right. Okay. And Autumn, I don't know that most people know, but you literally had just joined. Hey, Claudia, I'm trying to find.
I'm trying to find it.
I'm trying to find where to mute.
I just got it.
Got it. All right, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Back to Autumn, but she literally just joined at the end of February, didn't even start taking her products until mid-March, and she drew her line in the sand and said, I'm committing, and giving Plexus my all, y'all. She did not get to sign up originally because, as y'all know, registration was filled up quicker than any convention they've ever had. So she had to be put on the waiting list. And as soon as she got off, she immediately paid her registration fee and came to Vegas with us. So I was really excited about that. All right, next up, Heather Lowe.
Yeah, so most definitely being able to look out and see everyone was huge. But I think for me personally, where can you go and work where the CEO and CFO and every diamond ambassador that is basically a celebrity that gives just God the glory? And that was huge for me. That just made me realize that I'm in the right place at the right time, and I want to be a part of that no matter what. And throughout convention, it didn't matter who I ran into, either in the Starbucks line or in a restaurant. We all emulated the one plexus, and it didn't matter. I mean, I would ask them, tips and recommendations and stuff, and they were so quick to send over an email or, hey, why don't you try this? And this is what we do. We're truly one plexus, and I think that says a lot about us.
Yes, absolutely. Just hearing Alec Clark talk in our Jules training, he was our very first guest speaker in there. And I don't know if y'all know, he's Mormon, but he is a man of faith. And there is nothing that he puts first before God and prayer daily, he said. And that's just, when he was talking, he was getting choked up and teary-eyed, and here I am like bawling in the crowd. I'm a crybaby anyway, but yes, like giving God the glory for it all. Next up, Jessica.
Hey guys. So this was my second convention, but I want to start off this meeting by saying you guys all look gorgeous. I just have to say that we all show up to impress. It's awesome.
I look ratchet. Don't even.
I'm in yoga pants, so it's okay.
I threw a dress on top of my yoga pants.
Hey, that works.
You win.
So this was my second convention, and I have to say by far that every time I have gone, my favorite thing to see is when the jewels, the diamonds, and all of them are up on the stage, and they talk that they were once in our shoes, that they were once wishing that they'd be up on that stage, and they've worked that hard to get up there. And it just goes to show that this is possible. And I come from from working with another network marketing company before, and it was impossible to go anywhere. That was, to me, was scary getting into another company. With this company, I know that I am going somewhere. I am at the right place at the right time, and it is possible. When you put everything into it, you are going somewhere, and one day we're all going to be up on that stage. It's just you have to decide if you're going for it or you're not.
Absolutely. I hope to see all of y'all up on that stage next year. That was amazing. So yeah, just like last year, I was not on that. Well, I got to go up and recognize for Senior Ruby, but I did not get to go through and get the lay on and get the little jewel box. And I started like crying up there, and it's just a surreal moment. And I can't wait for all of y'all. Heather Esselton, what about you?
Okay. Like everybody else said, these are all like huge moments, looking out in the crowd, that is just totally amazing. And seeing, like Jessica said, the jewels go up on stage, and this is my second convention also, and just to see my sponsor Jennifer up on stage this year was like life-changing for me, just because it really puts it in perspective that I will be on that stage, and it just goes to show that all of you can be on that stage also. But one of the things that really stuck out for me was hearing Tarl, our CEO, and Alec, our president, just hearing from them and hearing them speak, and the encouraging words that they have to say, and just the way that they feel about this company. It definitely warms your heart, just knowing that they have your best interest and the company's best interest at heart at all times. Just makes you feel good about being a part of this company. I know that we can look forward to a long future with Plexus, and they made it clear to us that if we don't quit on them, then they won't quit on us. And it just goes to show that they truly do care about us, our opinions, and our future with this company. So it just makes you feel really good that you're a part of it.
What about you, Heather Head?
Sorry, I was
You're good.
First of all, this was my first convention, so I was super humbled to even be a part of it. I felt so blessed. I think Autumn and I swapped tissues like 2 or 3 times per general session. We were crying so much. It was super touching. But I really loved all the stories from the diamond spoke and the emeralds, even if Senior got up and Proof that no matter what your background or where you come from, whether you've been in network marketing before, whether you've been to college, whether you have a degree, whether you were a stay-at-home mom, it didn't matter. There were so many different types of people and personalities at the top. Proof that the products work and they're changing lives, including ours, and they're using us as a vehicle to do so. So I really loved that. I really hearing the stories, super inspiring.
All right. Yes. And we all have the same tools and resources too. So there is no reason that none of us can not make it to the top. We will all be there one day. It's just how hungry are you for it? So I hope y'all are all just as hungry as I am. Right. So we're going to get into the, meat and potatoes, the good stuff, and go back to Autumn and Christy because they were in our silver and below breakout session. And this is just things that they need to be working on to help them get to their next level of gold. So I'm going to let Autumn start, or whichever one of y'all. They've been working on this for the last few days, y'all, talking about what they're going to talk about and everything. So whoever wants to start first.
Okay. One of the biggest things that we learned, even throughout the whole thing, but they expanded on in our session, is to share. And one quote that really stuck out to me is that we have a life-changing gift, and we're so selfish if we don't share this gift with people. And a huge takeaway was belief. Hope is what brings you into this company, in this business, but belief is what keeps you in. You have to have belief in yourself, belief in the products, belief in this company, the compensation plan, which, obviously if you don't know truly what it's about, it's completely like no other. I've been in multi-level marketing companies before, and I haven't seen anything like this. And also belief in your team, and you have to have an unshakable belief. No one can shake your belief. One of the guys, Victor Antonio, had us hold our hand up, and he said to put a black circle on your hand. And anytime someone has negativity or laugh at you or anything like that, just hit that delete button and move on. So that was a big thing, that you can use with anything in life. But the big thing was to have belief in yourself that these products work and that you can do this no matter what you've been through. Like Jen said before, we have all the same opportunity as everyone else. Another one is your why. They really talk to us about our why and finding out your why, which everyone else should know. Even if you're new or, been in it for a while, that's one of the first things you should do. Your why is what motivates you. Your why should have emotion in it. And your why should make you cry. I know mine does. And, I could tell even when they were giving testimonies there that, we were all emotional. It makes someone else emotional too. And in doing your why, when you share your story, you should have emotion in that as well. What else? One thing I learned is a quote was from Rita Davenport was, "It costs nothing to dream, but everything if you don't." You can have the biggest dreams, and it's possible. And that was the theme of the convention, was Dream On. I think that's probably, and then of course they really got on us about sharing our story, and Jen had commented on that and made a post for us to share our story, kind of do our elevator speech. They really focus on that, and also your affirmations, saying your affirmations. You believe in yourself that you can do this. You have this gift, amazing gift that you need to share with everybody. And I feel like now, I've reached across so many people since, learning more about the products and seeing the passion and how many people it's changed, that, I feel like now everyone I'm crossing, I'm sharing with them. I reached out to more people this week than I think I have in the past month. So, believing in yourself, and don't let anyone shake your belief. That in itself is draw your line in the sand and decide this is what you're going to do. This is what you're meant to do. And then they also talked about using your new success kit, and Autumn's going to go into how to focus on using that success kit better. Take it away.
Guys, this is amazing. They went over this, and I had no idea what was in it. I just thought it was something that come with your plexus welcome pack, because until convention, I had no idea what information was in it. And there's so much in there. There's your getting started guide. There's your quick start guide. Oops, sorry. Your quick start guide, it gives you 10 steps, like how to get started, where to start, if you don't know where to start. These little things. Sarah Marble, if y'all don't know who she is, she's a Diamond ambassador. She carries these in her purse. That really shocked me because I just thought they knew it all. And she doesn't. She doesn't have it memorized. She reads what is off the card. And the back gives you stuff to say. That kind of really shocked me there that she did that, but I think it's amazing. She carries these everywhere, and that she suggests that we do the same. And she said, if you don't know what to talk about, she said, talk about our key, thing. It's the triplex. You can't go wrong with it. Everybody needs the triplex. If you don't know what to, somebody to refer somebody what they need. They said to step out of our comfort zone and keep stepping out, step out on faith, because this business is life-changing. Take action and utilize what you learn, and learn from those who you want to be like. We have YouTube videos, all that stuff we get to utilize that other people don't. Christy said, do your elevator speech. We don't want to puke plexus. We want to share. Have a prepared answer. Getting comfortable with the products. Know all of your products. Remember where you were before plexus. We all have a story to tell, and being a product of the product is our story. So that is why you need to be a product of the product. Be an active listener when somebody's talking to you, to get an open door to introduce plexus, so we don't puke it on everybody. And just plexus. There was something that they had said through social media, and it was called KISS. Keep it short, sweetie. Nobody's going to read anything long paragraphs. Keep it short and to the point. Use the feel, felt, found method, which means feel people out. And we don't sell, we share. Let's see. Invite them to join. That's one thing I learned that has changed. I actually have got a few open doors this week with just asking them to join me versus just telling them about plexus and what it's done for me, but coming out and being bold and asking them to join me on this journey. They went over about the pyramid. That was pretty interesting. She was like, just say it's illegal marketing. And that is a big thing I got when we first started was it's a pyramid. It's a pyramid. It's really not. And they're illegal. So that was neat that she went over that she got the same response we did. And then I think me and Christy are kind of going to both go over Facebook, social media, because I know I get a lot of people saying that it's just too many people in our area with plexus and this and that. But I think it was Rebecca Foltz that said there was 1.5 billion people on Facebook. And obviously we have not reached 1.5 billion people. So, I think that's a good push to keep going and not let that stop you. I think that's something that we choose to make an excuse about. That, oh, well, it's not my time. There's too many people doing it. And there's not. We change lives. And, I know I'm kind of jumping around, sorry. But there is a rule that Rebecca Foltz taught us over a 2 to 3 day period, and it's called the 10-4-1 rule, which in 2 to 3 days, you should have 10 Plexus posts that are non-related, 4 indirectly, and 1 direct post. I know we try to do at least 1 Plexus post a day, or I do. And I need to really work on my indirectly and my non-Plexus post related post. We all choose this. We need to be authentic. Be positive on Facebook. No rants. And one thing she went over was no big controversial stories that can kind of draw people down, and it also puts you on one side of the fence or the other.
Yeah.
Neutral.
I agree with that. When I had a conversation with an ambassador one time, just talking about the controversial, opinionated post, it does. It puts you out there as a target, not a target, but a person who they might not see eye to eye with you anymore. So therefore, they might not want to join you on this journey. And I think we all have a freedom of speech and a freedom of opinion. But when we're also trying to build a business and trying to attract as many people as possible, we do have to be super careful about that. But yes, and the feel, felt, found method, guys. I know Heather Head just shared it on her team page, and I've shared it before on ours, but I can post it again. I absolutely love that method because you're filling that person out. When they ask you a question about, is it expensive or whatever it may be, or how does it compare to XYZ company, you don't have to know the answers about that company, but you're just going to tell them what you know about Plexus, and just say, as far as like expensive, well, this is how I was feeling. What I found was Plexus allowed me to stop my Diet Dr. Pepper habit, so I'm no longer buying those, and I'm able to cover my products just by sharing with a few of my friends and family, so expense isn't even, a worry or anything like that. So I can upload that later because I do think that's really important for everybody to really comprehend how to use the feel, felt, found method. So we'll go to our senior. Are we done with Silvers?
Just one last thing is when they're talking about social media, they mentioned about the best times to post were 8, 12, and 8 was their recommendation. 8 a.m. of course, noon time, and then 8 if you choose any of those times in the day. So sometimes I'll pick 2 of those, but I'll kind of mix it up, like not the same time every post. And be consistent every day with it, with everything that you do and posting, and try to keep it more personable on a personable level, like branding yourself. So
good job, ladies. I'm so proud of y'all. I can't wait to see y'all back there, and hopefully at Leaders Retreat this year.
Yes.
All right, we'll go on to senior gold, or the gold and senior gold group, which both of ours are senior gold. Who wants to start off first, Jessica or Heather?
I'm going to start off first, and this was great because once you're silver and you start sharing the products and you get lots and lots of ambassadors and you get your preferred customers, and then you rank up to gold and you're like, now what? So how do I build from, this team? I mean, you've got to maintain the rhythm. So I have put together just a quick little PowerPoint presentation. So this is for all those that are visual learners, which I am. So feel free to take a screenshot with your phone if you're not in a place that you can take notes. So let me see if I can figure this out. Hopefully share screen, right?
Let's get on share screen.
Got it. All right, cool. Yeah. Share screen. Done. Okay, cool. So first and foremost, so when you start out as gold or senior gold, you want to learn how to build your team. So there are 4 ways to do that they reviewed, and that's connect, teach, belief, and motivate. And let me switch screens. I'm not sure. There we go. All right, let me move this out of the way. Okay, so the first thing is connect. So you can connect in a few ways, and that's 3-way calls. And that's something that we really started to implement, and it's super, super easy. 20 minutes max, maybe not even that. Sometimes you get some talkers, and that's completely fine. That just builds that relationship, and that's completely fine. So 3-way calls with your upline or your Plexus best friend forever. So help them find their why. So exactly what the Silvers said today on Autumn and Christy, find your why that makes you cry. And because that's what's going to carry you through the hard times, is reflecting back on why are you in this business, and what are the reasons. And I think it's key to find something that does make you cry, that's just heart found, and will get you through those hard times, because you're definitely going to have them. You're going to have the roller coaster of emotions. So next thing is set up SMART goals. So it's SMART. Y'all may have seen this before. Let me backtrack. So this quote I love. It's people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And what you do simply proves what you believe. So keep that in mind. I think that's pretty cool.
Simon is pretty hot
Simon's
too.
the man. He's awesome. All right, so SMART goals. So we have specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So specific is your how, what, when, where, why. So specifics could easily be, I want to make $500. I want to make $1,000. I think when I met with Jennifer and I had just started making a little bit of cash, I'm like, hey, maybe if I made like $1,200, that was kind of my specific goal. And that's life-changing right there, when that's what we talked about today. I mean, that makes a significant difference in your income, especially when you are working full-time, like me and Jennifer said. I mean, that's $12,000 extra on top of your income. So that's huge. Measurable. So you want to be able to measure that out. Attainable. Of course, we all want to be diamond, I would think. And some may not, and that's completely fine too. If you just want to be emerald, or if you want to be senior gold or ruby, that's fine too. But make short-term goals. I think those are huge, especially when you're first starting out. Maybe you just want to reach out to 2 people this week. Maybe you want to reach out to 2 people a day. Make something attainable and make it realistic. And those two play off of each other. So you don't want to say, I want to reach 20 people today. And that's, I mean, you are more than happy to, but that you might get burnout quite quickly too. And time bound. So when do you want to reach that goal? Is that at the end of this month? Do you want to have how many ambassadors? Do you want 5 new ambassadors, 12 new ambassadors for yourself? And how many do you want for your team? So, and that's important to share those two with your teammates and build belief with them. So the quote here is, goals that may have seemed far away and out of reach eventually move closer and become attainable, not because your goals shrink, but because you grow and expand to match them. I think that's true. So teach how to share. This is huge. It's super easy. It takes 3 minutes max to do your Franks list. My sister Christy, she's Senior Gold Ambassador, just revamped her Franks list. So another 134 people. So she's going to try to reach out to them at the end of this month. So you do it all the time. There's new people that you come in contact. There's new people that come into your head and you're like, holy cow, I didn't think about her, but she'd be perfect. Write it down. Think about them. Start liking their posts. Start building a relationship with them, commenting, wishing them happy birthday. That's huge. So then they become, they start to see your Facebook posts too, it becomes more visible. So your Franks list is going to be your friends. It's going to be your relatives. It's going to be acquaintances, your neighbors, kids connections. That's huge. Kids are so active in sports and dance. That's a wide network of people that you can connect with. In service organizations, think about your mailman, your trash guy, your hair salon, your hairstylist. Those are all things that we need to be jogging memories, or jogging our memory for those type of people. Sip and Sees are a great opportunity just to sit down. It could be very intimate with 2 or 3 people, or it could be with a bunch of people, and just to give them an idea of how it tastes. And I think that's the one thing that a lot of people are hesitant about trying, is because they're like, is that going to taste like, a nasty protein shake? That was what I was afraid of. So that gives them a chance to try it, find out that it actually isn't bad at all. And they can see it, visualize it, it's tangible, And then at that time, you do have an opportunity to ask them to join you too. So party on the patio. Christy, my partner, she's senior gold. She does this. She does this with a few girls, and it's just a little cocktail hour. Her husband's a great martini and margarita maker, and a couple of drinks. They'll be interested. So this is huge. So of course, we learned in our thing too that you can just starting out. Teaching your newbies, you don't have to do it every single day. If you want to start out, implement your personal daily life like you regularly do. And then on that third day, post about Plexus, and then go another 2 days, and then slowly increase that to once a day. And I think that kind of telling them to post every day sometimes is like, that kind of causes some anxiety. So every third day for newbies. And then of course, once you start ranking up, it's really huge to post every day, because I've said this before and I've heard other ambassadors say it too. People are waiting and waiting to watch you fail. And by showing every day, no, I'm not going to fail at this. This is something that I truly believe in. The products work. And you're building that belief again, not only in yourself and your team, but also with those that are on your network. We did take away, it takes approximately 8 follow-ups with a potential to get a commitment. That's a lot. So don't take no for an answer unless they just downright was like, get out of my face, I'm done. Don't come back to me about Plexus. But yeah, 8 follow-ups. So just checking in. Hey, just want to see how you're doing. Have you had a chance to look over the video that I sent you? So just keep at it. So sometimes they just need 8 follow-ups. It's a lot, but it'll be worth it. All right. The next one is going to be, and I'm going to hand this over to Jessica.
Hey
and I'm
guys.
going to flip the string because she's on a cell phone.
Yeah, sorry. And my phone just went to 20%. So of course that would happen to me.
If it ran down, I'll pitch in. It's all right, girls.
So building belief, it's huge. We've already mentioned you need to find your why. So we can give you guys the tools. We can give you the knowledge. We have everything handed to us. But this is something that you have to find in yourself. You have to figure out why you started this, why you want this to work, and you need to make it happen based off of that why. And you need to stay excited. I know it's really hard sometimes when people join and they may not have a customer for a few months, or they may not have an ambassador. They're just seeing everybody promote and getting, all these high sales and everything, and it's really easy to get down on ourselves and to forget our why. So one thing that they mentioned was having our affirmations, and this is something, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought that was me. Okay. The affirmations, we've discussed this, is having your affirmations and your why somewhere written down, and so where you can see it every single day. And I have it right by my computer screen every day, so that way when I'm at work in my office, I can see it and I don't forget. And I draw little stick figures of my husband and my little Mason and my dogs. And, I have those, and I know what I'm working for and why I'm doing it. And then we go back to the one Plexus. This is something that we're all in together. Most companies, they compete against each other. We are working together. When I succeed, you succeed, she succeeds, we all succeed. So this is a company that we are just all in this together to go to the top and make everybody successful. And that's what I really, really love about it. And make sure you are sharing your belief. And this is what goes back to the 3-way calls and everything. When you share your excitement and people can see why you're doing this and you're helping others, it's contagious. Your smile, your belief, your everything, your happiness and excitement, it's so contagious. And just be somebody's cheerleader and just show them how happy and excited you are about this. Hit it, Maestro. And motivate. I love this. Make sure that you have a team page. You're being involved in the team page and setting an example for your team and being involved. And of course, in the Zoom meetings are so much fun. I mean, we're all working together and in a Zoom, and we're in different states. I mean, how cool is that? We stay connected year round, and then we go crazy at convention, right? And then encouragement and doing contests, staying connected, how to motivate each other based off of, your sales, and just working together, bounce off your excitement off of each other. I absolutely love it. And then the IPA groups, I love them, and we're starting to do them, which is the income producing activities. This is huge, and it's actually helped me tremendously. Making sure that you're making 1 to 2 contacts a day of somebody new, and just like Heather had said, and maybe somebody that you didn't think of, like, hey, you're scrolling through Facebook, you know what, she could really benefit from the products or the opportunity itself. So make sure you are doing something every single day, not just scrolling for Facebook and wasting your time, because that's really, really easy to do. I catch myself doing it all the time. And making sure that you are keeping up with your team and staying connected. And then the last one is follow a book. I love this. I constantly am buying books. My UPS man hates me because I'm buying a book every week off of Amazon. But that Amazon Prime is great. So, books are great. Continuing education and just keeping yourself aware of what you're doing. And network marketing is just, it's a constant growing process. We're constantly learning something every day. Just like Celeste Gwen, she's carrying around those little things like Autumn had said. We don't know it all. There is something that changes every day, and there's something more that you can learn and continue to do to make yourself better. So continue to expand your mind, expand everything that you know about marketing, and keep going and motivate people while you do it.
I think that's, yeah.
Good job, ladies. Yes, and to finish what Jess was saying, that ties in about what Autumn was saying, like, there's plenty of diamonds out there, y'all, that will, in an opportunity meeting, they're like, yeah, I don't know all the products without having a slideshow up there. Like, you don't have to know every ingredient. When you do a sip and see, you can keep it really, really simple. When you do a Zoom meeting, keep it short and sweet, or a 3-way call with a prospect, whatever it is. Keep them short and sweet. They don't expect you to know every single little thing. And it's okay if you say, you know what, I don't know the answer, but I know somebody who does, and I'll get right back to you. And most people are A-okay with having that answer. So we're going to take it to the last group, which was the Ruby Senior Ruby session. These girls are getting super close to getting to that shiny, bright green emerald color. So I know for sure that they will be emerald and above next year when they come back to convention. So I'm going to let them take it away. Which one?
Me.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay. Just making sure. All right, so our Senior Ruby session was about growing as a leader, which is really important once you get to this level. Melissa Eichenhorst, Helen McFadden, Kristen Abar, and Kelly Norman, which are all Diamond ambassadors, talked to us about creating a culture of success, coaching, road to emerald, and about how thinking and mindset really matters. We're going to briefly talk about the road to emerald with you. The road to emerald is similar to the yellow brick road on the Wizard of Oz. It takes heart, courage, brains, and hope. And can anybody relate to that? Like, Jen, come on.
Can I just do a record quick and just say, y'all, this is about the road to emerald, but it doesn't matter. This can be your road to gold. You can be a leader. I know silvers that are amazing leaders. So just think of this as in your daily walk too of your business.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, ultimately, if you're shooting for emerald, then, it's a great place to like set your sights on and then kind of use these tips, along the way. So to get where you want to go, you're going to have to approach the unapproachable. It may seem scary, but these are the people that will take you to the top. These are the people who you know are better than you. They are influencers. They are likable, trustworthy. People value their opinion, and you're going to want to reach out to these people first, even though that may sound scary. But I think when you're first starting out, you don't really have a story. There's no pressure there. So reaching out and kind of doing what I think Autumn had said, asking them to join you on this journey. Expect to hear no's. It will happen. And like they have said in conventions past, the people on the stage as the diamond, emerald, they have heard no's more than us. So just be prepared for it. It's one of those things that will happen. Get everyone that you know on the products. This is important just because, people we have what people need. And if you're getting the masses on these products, then the more likely they're going to fall in love with them and then want to do this also or talk to more people. One of the things that really stuck out in my head, and I think about this all the time, is the one who talks to the most people this year wins. And I cannot help but think about that when I'm out and about, when I'm at the grocery store, because there are a ton of people who have no idea what Plexus is. And if you don't open your mouth and tell them about it, then I can guarantee you that someone else will. And it might just be me or somebody else in your community. So just be prepared. You have an amazing success guide, the success kit to guide you and your team. It's full of product knowledge, tips for social media, how to do events, how to share Plexus on, Facebook and other social media outlets, building a team, and all about the compensation plan. It's a great resource. So like our silvers mentioned, you should really, really look at it and embrace it and love it, because it is amazing if you guys haven't looked at it. So even like they have the what if this could change everything brochures. There is a little stack of them in there. And the reason why they're in there is so that you can give them out to people. So do not be afraid to hand those to those people that you're opening your mouth about, like at the grocery store and stuff like that. So are you talking to people about the business on social media, in person? We have a one-of-a-kind business opportunity. Our executives really knew what they were doing when they designed our compensation plan. So it's so possible for everyone to succeed. So make sure that you're telling people about it. And if you have just started and you have not seen the benefits of this business yet, it is okay. Just go ahead and borrow someone else's success. Talk about your friends or your upline and those who have been successful with this business. Send friend requests to your upline leaders. Maybe even tag them in the post, because no one knows that you just met them, like no one knows that. So talk about them like you have been best friends for, 10 years and it don't even matter. So we're all here to support you and encourage you. So take advantage of it by all means. And momentum starts with energy, passion, and vision. And you really set the tone for your business. And this doesn't mean, you can have one person. You set the tone for your business. You are the face of your business. So if you are a light, then others will see that and they will see you shine. So if you're enthusiastic about your business, then other people will feed off of your enthusiasm. Heather?
Okay. First off, I know I talked about all of our takeaways from convention, but I just wanted to say, it was amazing, and I hope that all of you make it a point to work towards Leaders Retreat, because I was at how authentic it was and how Plexus just made every notch. So I'm excited for Leaders Retreat. So I hope all of you have that as your goal for the next 3 months. But anyway, okay, so as a leader, it's important to set the example for your team. They mentioned in our Road to Emerald to ask these questions. And I feel like these are super important to be asking yourself all the time. I think about this a lot, all the time. I make sure that I do these every day or every other day I'm working on. But ask yourself, am I sponsoring people? Leader, are you still sponsoring your own people? Are you still doing for your goal? We need to always be doing that, always still be looking at our own gold. Are you doing your daily IPA, your daily income producing activity? I stress this really strongly on my team. We've done several IPA chats. It's very important to continue to do your IPA even when you're not in the chat groups. You need to be doing them every day, income producing activities. Are you getting new customers? How do customers? We share this, like Heather said, with everyone. The person who's the most wins. So we need to be working on those new person. Am I helping my new teams to get to silver? So we all know that's the biggest, that's huge, because that means, you've got $175 at the least. So the products are. So that's really important to try to help your teammates get there. Can you guys hear me okay? Am I still breaking up?
Okay.
You're breaking up a little bit, but.
Can you hear? Hold on. Let me see if I can. Sorry. Let me try to make it off of my phone here.
Can y'all understand her okay?
I can understand her. It's just every so often I miss a word or two, but I'm trying to piece the puzzle together.
Okay. Sorry. Whew.
No, that's okay. You're okay right now, whatever you did, you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you're good.
Okay.
Just keep going. I'm sure it's not going to be that much longer.
Okay. If you answer no to any one of those questions, you need to turn it into a yes as soon as possible. Also, participating in business launches, Facebook events, one is coming up tomorrow, Zooms like we're doing right now, and investing in your personal growth. I know Jen has sent me several different books to read, and I know you guys, Jessica Cessna just mentioned getting books also, so in your personal growth. When we first joined, we're scared we don't know enough and scared to post. One of the main things they said was, you don't have to know everything, learn while you earn. I know y'all have heard that a whole bunch. So someone else is going to share if you don't. So just go ahead and share, borrow someone else's story, borrow someone else's belief if you don't have it yet, and your upline will help you. We also have amazing tools at our fingertips, our team pages. So you want to utilize those and stay involved in those, and use those as a tool and get your teammates to do the same. This one was hard for me at first, but it's getting easier, stepping outside of your comfort zone. I don't do that so well, but that's when great things happen. And when I have done it, I've been like, oh my gosh, like I was able to get out there and something awesome happened. So try to do that. Step outside of your comfort zone. That's when it's happened. And then find your runners. So you'll find your runners early on, but find those 3 people at the least that want to go emerald or want to be diamonds and run with them. They say love the 80. Focus on your 20, those runners. So that's always great to remember. The ones that want it just as much as you. And always let your team know your goals at the very first of the month so they can help you get there. So your uplines can help you so we can root you on. And remember, greatness is just a lot of little things done right.
Good. And if y'all didn't hear what she said, because it broke up just a little bit, but the quote is, love the 80 and lead the 20. So you can love 80% of your team, but really, like she said, run with the 20% who have that vision and are working hard to get to reach their goals. So anyway, I'm just going to leave you with this because it was kind of a quote that stuck out to me in my session. Well, first of all, I already talked about Alec Clark and him opening up our jewel session, and just the man, the character he has, integrity, his faith. And like they said before, just hearing them both speak, even in the general sessions, we know that our company is not going anywhere. Like, they have invested in us in every single event I've been to. I won Leaders Retreat my first year, and then went to my first convention the following. And then there was a few of us, Heather Esselton and Jessica, they're on the call tonight. We won Leaders Retreat last year, and then convention this year. And every single event just keeps getting better and better and better. I will say Leaders Retreat is always my favorite, though, because it's an earned trip, and I know how hard that, you got to work to get there. And I know that it's achievable for each of you, because I was a silver going into June, my very first year, and I made it. And I was actually senior gold by the time that I went to that Leaders Retreat. So it is possible. It really is. But we had the pleasure of hearing from the CEO of Baby Einstein. I know that's really weird, but they brought her in. And she's actually she's a mom and an entrepreneur. So I think they thought she could speak to us, relate to us moms, because most of us are in there. But oftentimes people look to the leaders in this company, the golds, the rubies, the senior rubies, the diamonds, and they look and just think, oh my gosh, they're just lucky. And what she said was, the harder and smarter people work, the luckier we get. And yeah, it's not just pure luck. It takes a lot of work. It takes smart work. It takes getting out of your comfort zone, reaching out, being bold. And it is work, but I can tell you guys, it's totally, totally worth it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you are as fired up about what's to come, what you've learned tonight. And if the girls don't even mind, if they haven't jotted down their notes on paper or anything and want to, send me their notes, I can type up something for you guys for y'all to just look at, or they can put it on the team pages too for you guys. I hope y'all have a great rest of the night, and I won't hold you guys up any longer, and we'll talk soon. Good night.
See ya. Thank you.